My name is Joe Hupy. I'm an associate professor within the School of Aviation and Transportation Technology at Purdue University. Over and over and over again, you see as the most long-lasting vestige of war are all the unexploded ordnances. And these can be left behind in fortifications. When I was in Vietnam, I would find old mortar rounds stuffed in the side of foxholes. This can be unexploded shells that failed to detonate that you have all over the place. And in France to this day, farmers have to clear these out. They sometimes strike them with their tractors. You have people who will be discovering for the next over 100 years unexploded shells in one way, shape, form, or another. And then, of course, you have the really unfortunate intentionally placed unexploded ordnances such as mines. These are going to last for a long time, and oftentimes the unfortunate thing is those in place are going to hinder the efforts for people to go in and address the chemical contamination. It's going to hinder the ability to go in and get rid of other types of disturbances, because with those unexploded shells, you have to get rid of those to make it safe again to do that. So that, I mean, it's going to take a long, this war will linger for a very long time, and the longest lasting remnant will be those unexploded ordnances. The nice thing that you have going is that Ukraine is using a lot of drone technology right now to wage war. Drones are highly effective because they're easily deployed. You can fly them low and in niche areas. Obviously, they're capable of conducting a really high resolution in terms of what you can see, but also flying them day after day if you want, which means they can see things, we can see things that you wouldn't be able to see in an aerial image or in a satellite image. Also, what we have the ability to do is we have the ability to put certain sensors on those drones, and we can fly with those sensors to be able to see things that our eyes can't see. And again, Ukraine has no shortage of skilled UAS pilots or drone pilots. And so one of the things that can be done immediately after this war, and in fact, this is something that I've again been working with several people, is to have a joint aerial survey, but then also using ground-based robots to engage in detection of the UXOs, because the faster you can clear those UXOs out, the faster you can go through and start addressing some of the other issues. So I have a lot of hope, and I again will say that when Ukraine takes that same technology that they're using to identify objects to wage war, they can use the same methods to identify the objects when the fighting has stopped to get rid of them. And then you can start combining some of these almost like AI to where you can do things where you can run the video, and in the video you can train the video to identify UXOs to where it'll basically, it's called object-based identification methods. So there's a lot of hope in terms of using the technology to address the situation.